generative AI. You hear about it everywhere, right? It's gone from this kind of niche tech concept to a global phenomenon in what feels like a blink of an eye. So in this explainer, we're going to cut through the noise. We'll break down what it really is, how it's actually being used today, and, what it means for all of us. Let's dive in. So just how big of a deal is this? Well, let's start with a number that's pretty much impossible to ignore. $4.4 trillion. A McKinsey analysis found that's the potential value generative AI could add to the global economy every single year. And that's based on looking at just 63 use cases. To put that in perspective, that's bigger than the entire economy of most countries on Earth. So yeah, we're not talking about a small change. This is a massive new economic frontier opening up. And look, this isn't some sci-fi thing that's decades away. It is happening right now. The research firm Gartner projects that by 2026, that's just around the corner, over 100 million people will be using generative AI as a regular part of their job. This stuff is moving from the research lab to your laptop at an absolutely incredible speed. Okay, so those numbers are just staggering, but they all lead to the most important question, right? What is this technology that's causing this massive stir? Let's get down to the fundamentals. At its very core, generative AI is a creator. It's a type of artificial intelligence that's been trained on just enormous amounts of data. I mean, think of it like it's read a giant chunk of the entire internet. So when you give it a prompt, it doesn't just go find an answer that already exists. No, what it does is it predicts the most likely next word or the next pixel or the next sound to generate something totally new and unique. It's kind of like a super-powered autocomplete for pretty much everything. And you've definitely heard of the big players in the space. On one side, you've got ChatGPT and DALL-E, which come from OpenAI. That's the company backed by Microsoft with this big mission to develop AI for all of humanity. And on the other side, you've got Google's Bard, which, as you'd expect, is getting plugged into all of Google's products and is powered by their own super advanced language model. These are the tools that are putting this tech into the hands of millions of people. Okay, so that's the what. Now for the really fun part, the how. Let's take a look at how this, kind of abstract technology is being put to work in the real world right now across some major industries. First up, let's talk about an industry where the stakes literally could not be higher: healthcare. In this field, generative AI isn't just about making things more efficient, it's about actually saving lives and totally revolutionizing how we care for patients. I mean, the sheer number of uses here is just stunning. AI can look at an X-ray and enhance it to help spot things a human eye might miss. It can create personalized treatment plans based on a patient's unique genetic data. It can summarize mountains of a doctor's notes in seconds. And get this, Gartner predicts that by 2025, 30% of all new drugs will be discovered using this technology. That's a mind-blowing leap forward. All right, let's switch gears and jump into the world of bits and bytes. In software development, generative AI is basically acting like a super smart co-pilot for coders, and it's completely changing how software gets built. You can really think of it as autocomplete for code, but on steroids. A developer can just write a simple prompt in plain English, and boom, the AI spits out entire blocks of functional code. It can translate code from one programming language to another. It can even automate the really tedious process of testing software. All this frees up developers to focus on the bigger, more creative problems, the stuff that really matters. And for our last example, let's look at an industry that's all about creativity: media and entertainment. It's pretty fascinating to see how a technology that creates content is being used by the very people who create content for a living. The applications here are a total game changer. AI can generate brand new visual effects, it can streamline video editing, it can even create a highlight reel from a live sports game in real time. Imagine you're a film editor. You need to find every single shot of one actor in a TV show that ran for 10 seasons. Instead of spending weeks digging through footage, you just ask the AI and you get your answer in seconds. That's the kind of power we're talking about. Okay, but with all of this incredible power, it is so important to just take a step back and get real for a moment. This technology is powerful for sure, but it is not all powerful. So now it's time to talk about its limits and why the human in the loop is still absolutely crucial. This is really the key question we have to ask ourselves. After seeing all the amazing things it can do, what are the boundaries? Where does the machine stop and the human need to step in and take over? And here's the bottom line. These algorithms, they don't have true human intelligence. They can't wrestle with complex ethical problems like trying to decide the fairest way to do something. They really struggle with big strategic business decisions that require nuance and a deep understanding of the world. They are phenomenal tools for very specific, well-defined tasks, But for the big picture stuff, you absolutely need human oversight and human judgment. So understanding its power and also understanding its limits, you're probably asking, okay, how can I actually start using this? Let's move to our last section and look at the practical ways you can put AI to work. There are really two main ways to go about it. For most of us as individuals, it's about mastering the tools that are already out there, like ChatGPT. Learning how to write a clear, effective prompt, that's becoming a whole new kind of literacy. For businesses, the other path is to integrate custom enterprise-level AI. So a bank might build its own AI to analyze loan applications, because that's a process that's way too specific for a general tool. And there you have it. From this mind-boggling economic potential of $4.4 trillion, all the way down to a tool that you can use on your own computer right now. Generative AI is here, and it is fundamentally reshaping how we work, how we create, and how we solve problems. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to take away. As this incredibly powerful technology becomes a co-creator in our world, building everything from new medicines to new movies, the most important question becomes this: who's going to guide it? Who will build the values, the ethics, and the vision into the AI of tomorrow?